I'm back. I don't know why I went in my last video. That's so silly. But anyway, here we go. So, 1 hour later. Fingers, I had to take the gloves off because I had a massive hole in it. But this is now the plate. All sanded. I just need to kind of give it a final polish. And give it a clear satin or gloss finish. I don't know yet, but yeah, oh my god, I really like that sort of pigment that's been dropped in the jasmonite and not absorbed in the rest of the liquid compared to completely black peas. It kind of gives it a speckled, grey speckled effect. The only thing I would do different is that I would put my chips a little bit further down. So really, if I could, at the bottom of the plate, because as I sanded the top to reveal the tiles, I obviously had to sand the lip of the plate. I think you call it a lip. And unless I now sand the whole thing so it has an equal height on each side, it does have some kind of, undulating edges. But you know what? I tell you why I like it, because it kind of gives it that sort of organic, handmade feel. So if you're OCD, yeah, you will continue sanding until the plate has equal sides. But I'm not OCD. I mean, you should see the mess here. So I wanted to talk about the mistakes that I've made in terms of finishing the piece once you sanded it. And so this is completely finished now, because I did do my fine sanding after using bigger grit, or a lower grit I should say, because it's like gauges in it. The higher the grit, the finer. So there's dust everywhere. When I was testing the different acrylic sealants out there, I did buy the jasmonite one, which is like a thick, not thick, it's a viscous white sealant. If your surface is not completely flat, and I know you have to be liberal with it, really liberal with it, it dries quickly, so you want to put as much as possible and let it dry. But when you're sanding, particularly for those pieces, you're not going to have a completely even surface. So when you put liberally the jasmonite sealant, then it kind of pulls in some area, so it will dry thicker. And when you look at the piece, you can see where the sealant has dried. So I had to resand all of these yesterday because I didn't like the way the sealant dried on it. I have tried a different sealant which does make it very waterproof. But then that means that once you put this very clean, it doesn't smell very nice. So I don't know if it's toxic or not. So I don't like that particular one because it smells very bad. It smells of solvent. But once you put a coat of that, it's very liquid. It's like water. Literally nothing would stick to it. So if you wanted a gloss or satin finish, you can't get that because it's literally nothing would then get absorbed by the jasmonite. So what I've done, which I didn't really want to do, I think you can see, as much as I sanded the sealant away, this is sanded and this still has that kind of jasmonite sealant. I don't mind, again, I don't mind. It kind of gives it, I don't know, a bit like a map or something. It gives it something. And you can see it's very hard then to sand in the corner. So I've got sealant in the corner that I didn't sand away. But so I've decided to go to the root of spray, like a Kryolan spray. It goes on evenly. You can put several coats, and it will give you know, your finished piece a waterproof, water resistant, I would say, because I don't think it's completely waterproof, but water resistant, and a kind of either gloss or satin finish, which is what I'm going to do with this one. I really like it. Tell me what you think. Comments below. That's what all the YouTubers says. Please subscribe, and I'll be really happy to continue sharing with you my little crafter and grafter experience. Bye for now. They off yet?